90 days for taking possession of a $2.5 million property and being fined $500. No, it's not enough.
Spotlight on Maryland continues to relentlessly pursue answers on how squatters, or occupants of homes they take over without any right or authority, continue to operate relatively unchecked.
Just make this very clear.
Squatter Tamika Good, a self-described pro se litigation coach and now convict of burglary and breaking and entering, who showcased this $2.3 million sprawling Bethesda home, is sparking mixed reaction at the Maryland State House in Annapolis.
You can't be doing regular people.
I think we need to look at...
We found State Delegate Teresa Warman outside the State House on Tuesday. She represents the same Bethesda neighborhood where the multi-million-dollar estate continues to be seized as more than 9 months of ongoing civil and criminal litigation presses on.
I'm sure you have seen the news story of somebody taking over a $2.5 million house in your district, a squatter who was actually convicted this past week. I mean, what do you make of that situation?
Well, I'm glad that the courts have stepped in and that there's going to be some resolution about this. I know that it is an issue that was affecting not just the homeowners, but the community as well.
I was pretty scared. I mean, all of us in our neighborhood were.
Meanwhile, our team spoke to Ian Chin moments after Good,
Get out my face.
the Bethesda squatter, was convicted in Montgomery County Court a week earlier. Chin, a 19-year-old residing with his parents, received no help from public elected officials or law enforcement, instead filing charges with the court commissioner.
Do you feel that it's kind of sad that you as a student had to really take the matters into your own hands to get this adjudicated?
I do. I felt it was my civic duty to do the right thing, to file these charges, and then to ultimately bring her to justice here today.
Back in Annapolis with Chin's state elected official.
As a lawmaker, what do you think needs to happen to combat squatting issues, not just in your district, but across the state?
I think we need to look at how it is happening across not just my jurisdiction, but across the whole state, and figure out, how to best address not just people breaking in, but also the underlying issues that people are having when they have that need to actually just seek shelter. So I think it's focusing on both aspects of, the deterrent, but also helping the person why they had to break in the first place.
Do you think that at the end of the day, this is a criminal matter and should be prosecuted?
It's hard for me to say. I'm glad I'm not a judge, so I don't have to make those decisions, and I'm glad that I get to look at the whole picture before we do, what we came here to do and legislate.
Stealing a car, as you know, is grand theft auto. Stealing a house, is that the same thing as grand theft housing?
It should be. It really should be, but it's not at this point because we do not have the tools yet in place legislatively to enable our law enforcement folks to take action. Quick action.
Maryland State Senator Rod Watson, a Democrat representing Prince George's County, has submitted prior anti-squatting bills in previous sessions.
You have been on the forefront of squatter legislation from really the beginning. Has enough been done?
No, enough has not been done. So we thought we were making a good first step trying to reduce the time it takes to execute a wrongful detainer, and that can still take months. What we have to do is get to that gold standard such that if you have somebody squatting in your home and you call the police can verify who you are as the owner on the spot and take immediate action. And we're quite a ways from there at this point.
What are some of the things that you're looking to do this legislative session to address squatting?
So there are two pieces. One bill we heard this morning was to make the creation of false leases and rental agreements a felony. That'll go along with bonds, checks, and some of the other things that are already in law. The other piece is I'm still working on a Maryland blockchain real property registry.
Across the street, over in the House office building, Republican Delegate Mike Griffith of Cecil and Hartford counties is cross-filing Democrat Senator Ron Watson's squatter legislation.
Look, you're a Republican in Annapolis. From your perspective, though, issues like squatting, I mean, is this a human issue? Is this something that transcends party?
I think it does, because squatters don't discriminate if they move into a Republican's home, a Democrat's home. They don't care about demographics, socioeconomic status. They're going to find a target, and they're going to try to take advantage of a weakness in the system. So the rain falls on the just and the unjust alike in this case.
We'll be following squatter legislation closely and holding your elected leaders to account for prompt action this legislative session. I'm Gary Collins in Annapolis with Spotlight on Maryland.
And if you have a story tip for our Spotlight on Maryland team, you can call 410-467-4670 or email them at spotlightonmaryland@spgtv.com.